Right now, thousands of mourners from around the world are gathering at St. Peter's Basilica to pay their final respects to Pope Francis.
A public viewing began just a few minutes ago following a procession to move the Pope's body from the chapel of Santa Marta to the Basilica. It comes ahead of the Pope's funeral, which is set for early Saturday morning at 4 o'clock our time.
You see those long lines there. Eyewitness News anchor Mike Marza live for us in Vatican City with more on that procession this morning. Mike.
Charlene and Pedro, good morning from the Vatican. It is an absolutely beautiful day, which is an interesting backdrop for such a solemn occasion this morning. You mentioned a live look at St. Peter's Square. We understand just moments ago, Vatican officials stopped people from entering St. Peter's Square because there were so many people wanting to line up to pay their respects. This was a moving moment where Pope Francis's coffin was carried into St. Peter's Basilica. It was in that same square that he delivered and celebrated his last Easter Mass. Let's take you some of the video that we watched play out here over the past several moments. Pallbearers carrying the simple wooden coffin through the Vatican's bell of the archway bell there, the same place where St. Peter was hung upside down and crucified. Cardinals and the Swiss Guards following closely behind, silence in many parts with just the hymns being sung and just the reverence for what was happening. And listen to the moment just as that coffin was carried into St. Peter's Basilica for the last time. So the crowds of people from all over the world erupted in applause and cheers that moment that Francis was carried inside the Basilica. People racing to line up then outside because the public viewing began just moments ago at 11 o'clock here. It's going to last until midnight tonight. We know that's going to happen for the next 3 days. This is a public viewing period so people can say their final farewells to Pope Francis. I was down there in St. Peter's Square when all of this was unfolding, and I have to tell you, it was a moving moment. And we talked to some of the people who left moments after everything played out, and here's what they said.
It was just coincidental that I'm here at the moment and giving my last respects to the Pope. It was very moving. It was also my first time in Rome, and unfortunately it has to happen this way. But it was very solemn, very grateful to be Catholic, and at this very moving time and at this very sad time.
It is the first time that I witnessed this kind of event, so for me, yeah, I feel privileged on the other part. At the same time, also this sadness of losing Pope Francis.
The funeral is set for Saturday morning at 10 o'clock here, Vatican City time. We know that heads of state, dignitaries are planning to come here. That includes President Trump. We also understand Ukrainian President Zelensky and Britain's Prince William will also be in attendance here. These 3 days of public viewing will happen until midnight here local time on Wednesday and Thursday, and then that will stop at 7 p.m. so they can prepare for that funeral. Next up, following the funeral, of course, the conclave. That usually happens 15 to 20 days after the papal vacancy. We know Cardinal Dolan of New York on his way here to Rome, as well as Cardinal Tobin, who is appearing on some of the short lists for possible successors to Pope Francis. But a lot of stuff has to play out before that conclave even begins, including this public viewing period that just began moments ago here in Vatican City. Charlene and Pedro, will send it back to you. Oh, by the way, coming up at the bottom of the hour, we're going to hear from some New York college students who are here. They've been studying abroad. They had no idea they were going to be here for this history, including one who is Catholic, and just a moving moment for her as she took in what was happening at the Vatican this morning. You'll hear from them in about 25 minutes.